back to another episode of the Bad Ideas Garage. Boom. I'm Steven. There's Jesse. Jaime's somewhere back in there. He bought a Yukon that's totally stock. I got my classic 1981 Subaru. Gambled that before. Jesse's been with us before in his fancy smash seat WRX. We're gonna go take a lighter route, a little bit less than our other adventures that we've done today because we are adults and we have less time this year. But we're gonna go and do the Gambler 500. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk about that a little later today. And as always, like and subscribe below. Oh wait, and the Subaru guys have to check the oil in the Subaru, but wait.
Black that is, bro.
let me see here.
Isn't oil supposed to be black?
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Oh wait a second, I'm also driving a Subaru. What Jaime's taking, and it's a GMC Yukon, and it has you know, a couple things done to it. There's a lift that the previous owner did. There's some absolutely massive new wheels and tires. These things are nuts. They are 40s. Some previous evidence of off-roading from there. This door doesn't really stay up, so we're just gonna leave that shut. And there's already no interior, but these are actually power leather seats, and they're actually really comfortable. No stereo. All of those don't really work except for the voltometer, which is helpful. And there's the door handle, and pretty much everything else doesn't work except for this. The engine actually works really well. All right, here we go. So this car has no air conditioning, and it's going to be hotter than blazes today. So I actually got this. I got this at Lowe's last night. Let's see. Oh, geez. that's a little intimidating. So I'll do the same thing. Welcome to beautiful downtown Lebanon, Oregon. There is Conversion Brewing. So they are a huge supporter of the Gambler 500. I mean, this year it kind of feels dead. Oh, here's a Gambler. Oh, that's amazing. That is spectacular. That is Cadillac CTS. All right, I'm leading the convoy, which is normally Dale's job. And yeah, it should be really straightforward-ish. It's just gonna be really hot today, but I got this little cooler thing with me, so it should be fun. My car is pretty civilized on the road and off the road. It's pretty good all around. I'm really wondering what Jaime's like, considering I got to drive his Yukon last night. It's got those massive 40-inch tires on it. This person's like, what the heck? So I'm sure Jesse's nice and comfortable with his air conditioning and stuff, but I wonder how Jaime's gonna do. We got just a little bit of a short route on the highway right now, like 15 minutes, and then we head to the dirt, and then we're off the dirt for hopefully the rest of the trip. So I know one of the big purposes of the Gambler 500 is to drive as off-road as possible and also pick up trash. This is the highway that we take to Central Oregon, and I just gotta say, this short pavement section that we got is just strikingly beautiful. And of course you probably can't see very much of it because my windshield is very dirty, but we're almost there. I'm sure Jaime's wondering what the heck that we're doing with his you know, off-road tires back there. So we are off the road. So this is really the spirit of the Gambler, is to get to the destination, and our destination, we actually don't have one. A lot of people are going to Gambler Town, where there's, you know, a nice party that goes on. We're probably gonna get kind of close to somewhere in Deschutes County and just, you know, camp wherever. We're just gonna kind of take things as it comes. In previous years, we've gone like way out to Eastern Oregon, but because of time constraints, we're not gonna get that far. Yeah, we're just gonna do one night, and this is a route that we did in 2020, and so it's familiar. Oh, hey.
Hey.
What are you doing?
That truck is so slow, man. It has no powers at all.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you're driving on sand anyways with those tires. Yeah. You got what, 200 and maybe 200 horse?
I doubt it.
All right, Jaime, so what does work in yours?
It's the gas gauge, I think.
Okay, gas gauge.
Temperature gauge works, I think.
Okay.
And oil pressure, that works.
Important things, but no idea how fast you're going, tachometer, none of that stuff.
Tachometer doesn't work, odometer doesn't work.
Who cares?
Odometer doesn't work.
Yeah.
No.
But we're gambling, right? We're gambling. I say this is actually, well, I mean, the ambient temperature is still pretty cool, but this is actually working pretty well. No, it's definitely worth the 40 bucks, I think. We'll find out later today when it's really hot. Okay, so I might regret saying anything about this right now, but I keep smelling something that smells like vaguely like food. And I can't quite tell if it's something that like I'm leaking and it's, or maybe something I left in my car. Definitely smell it more inside the car, so who knows. This is just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, we're doing just fine besides that weird smell. And then yeah, we're gonna let Jaime cool down a little bit. One of the best advantages of having a tiny car is that you can turn around in really tight spots. Jesse probably could have done it too, but there's a 0% chance that Jaime was gonna be able to do that. Oh yeah. Yeah, so these roads are beautiful, and Jesse's having way too much fun in his WRX behind me. But yeah, it's a lot of just driving roads like this, and it's really beautiful, and you can get a little fun, a little squirrely around some of these turns, and I do have the four-wheel drive that I can turn on if I want the back to come out. This is weird Subaru because it's primarily a front-wheel drive vehicle, and then when you turn on the four-wheel drive, which is underneath my little fan here, it turns on the rear axle, which is weird because a lot of Subarus have, you know, full-time all-wheel drive. Well, this is selectable four-wheel drive, so if I wanted to do that, I could. I'm just gonna take it easy. I love this car, and also I'm trying to relax. Yeah, you can feel that torque. You can feel the torque steer. It just is weird. It's front-wheel drive. It's a front-wheel drive Subaru, and then when you get on it, especially because this has a swap in it, it's fun. It's fun. Nice. Having fun? So that's doing good. It's doing
A little bit of rubbish on the tires when I'm going around those tight turns.
There we go. Yeah, so my super off-road tires, man, let me tell you. Yeah. No rubbish. Or rubbish for that matter, right? Always be gambling. You think you're losing air?
Yeah. I need to replace the valve stem.
You want to do it now?
Yeah.
It's not a bad place to do it. It's beautiful. So we're replacing a valve stem. You're at 10 pounds of air?
10. Yeah, it's a little lower than the other ones.
Fun fact, we just drove by the corner where I talked to Jaime for the first time, and I saw him pull up in a PT Cruiser that was lowered. It said Stage 1 on it, with a huge intercooler Mopar on the front of it. And I'm like, who the heck is this guy? Right back here in this corner. The first time we ever talked with each other. So that was cool to run across that. That's what we're getting because we're, you know, running our old waypoints from way back when. And now we do Bad Ideas garage stuff together. Pretty cool. This road is actually really, really nice. It looks like it was just worked on. So if you don't have Onyx, you should definitely get it and get the of course my subscription just lapsed, but you should get it. It's a wonderful app. There's a hunting version and there's an off-roading version. Really, really good, especially for offline maps. That's super helpful, and I still have all my waypoints that are here because Google Maps doesn't like to recall maps once you go offline, of course. And a lot of places that you go on adventures like this don't have good internet service. Or no internet service at all, like me. So, yeah, get Onyx if you don't have it. It's definitely worth it. It's also starting to get pretty hot. It's 11 o'clock, and I turned my fan off. It was working just fine, but because I'm in the lead, I don't have to worry about dust, so I'm going to be saving that. It runs on a little bit of water, too, so I'm going to be saving that. But yeah, it's starting to get pretty dang hot out here. It's just so weird because the last time that we came through here, I mean, there were like dozens of gamblers, and it was about the same time too. We left at, you know, early on a 7 a.m. on a Saturday, and there were just dozens of cars. I remember around that bridge, there's a really awesome AMC Eagle wagon with the transmission just spitting out transmission fluid, unfortunately. But because there was a bunch of us here and a bunch of gamblers, we all helped him out. I think we've seen what, two gamblers so far, and then a bunch of people that like recognize what the gambler is. So it's just interesting to see how much that this has changed just in the last couple of years of doing this. Woo! All right. Woo! spoke too soon. Nice. Woo! Yeah, rock on! Woo! Well, that was fun. I definitely spoke too soon. They were really chill. But yeah, they were just like, yeah, where is everyone? I mean, they were quite the convoy. We are just passing through Clear Lake area into almost near Jefferson County, getting close to like the Santiam Junction area is where we're heading from here. We are heading due east, people. WRX has no problem in this. Has no problem. No problem. Nice. All right, just so we have it for the record right now, do you think we'll make it to Sister so you can get fuel?
Oh yeah.
Okay, it's 30 miles.
We'll get fuel. We'll make it for fuel, but well, the engine doesn't explode from being overheated.
Yeah, some gamblers. Yeah, so Jaime's Yukon's still having a heck of a hard time keeping cool. And I don't know if you can hear that, but the fuel pump actually gets really loud when it gets hot or when it gets drained. So I am going to go pull over, and thankfully it's never really given me any problems, but it's really loud and kind of freaks me out. Okay, so this is, I guess, closer to like off-roading or whatever. I remember coming through here, I swear it's my first gambler. Jaime thinks it was maybe my second one, but there was actually on this hill right now, our friend in Dodge Magnum got stuck for quite some time. It's funny that you go and see these things even years later, you remember what it looks like. And then I came through here, I was in my Mercedes. That was quite the journey as well, because there's no suspension in that, no suspension travel. And I left my V8 Super Sports on it, Bilsteins, from when I drove it on the track. We got that really far out into the desert, into far eastern Oregon. So, I mean, this car's obviously a lot more set up for it, because that's more suspension travel, but it's a Subaru, so it doesn't have, you know, a whole bunch of off-roady stuff. But it's doing really well on this road. This is pretty bumpy. I don't need four-wheel drive on this. Okay, I spoke too soon. I definitely just put the four-wheel drive back on. Here we go. So I definitely told Jesse that the road was gonna be nice and wide the whole time. I forgot about this part. Whoops. I remember a couple of these spots. I remember this particular spot when I, you know, tore off part of my AMG body kit. That was fun. This was the hill. No problem. So Jaime just got on the radio, said that not getting any power, so I'm gonna run back to see what's up. So yeah, here's where he's at, and he's saying no power, and yeah, he just wants to take a huge run at this. It's actually steeper than it looks. Let's do a sit rep. He's going to 4 low?
Blinking.
Yeah, okay, so that's normal. You have to start rocking it a little bit. Yeah. Right in the bait. Right, turn right, turn right. Oh, Jaime made it up there. Here comes Jesse. Let's keep, go, 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 go. Yeah, thanks. Don't stop on a hill like that. I appreciate you being courteous, but I got really dirty.
Yeah. I just seen Steven and then a dust cloud and he disappeared. I was like, no.
That was fun.
The 4 low works. That's good, because that too high was not getting up that hill, man.
Okay, I remember this. Gosh, we had to get navigated through this in the freaking Mercedes. Yeah, it's definitely here in the Mercedes. Probably find some body parts left over. But yeah, this was tough to navigate around. Thankfully, I got a little bit of ground clearance just to drive through most of this, no problem. So just a couple of obstacles. It's, you know, it's not really too challenging for. Oh, that is a large rock. It's gonna be fun to see how Jaime gets around this, but that's fun. And that also looks like I might touch. No, missed it. And of course, looking behind, and Jaime just drove straight through it. Of course he did. But yeah, it's a lot of this between here and like Big Lake, and then over to even like Three Creeks. It's a lot of roads like this. They're beautiful. Yeah, it's a little hot, but it's just so much fun. Okay, four-wheel drive low and crawl. Thankfully, I have a skid plate. It makes me at least feel a little better. This thing crawls pretty well in four-wheel drive low. And it's also cool that it's a Subaru that has four-wheel drive low. But yeah, there's my four-wheel drive lever that I can turn it on, and then I can turn it off. It's cool when you can also shift it into four-wheel drive low, and you basically get a second set of gears, which is also really cool. It's definitely a Rivian. It's pretty cool to see that out here. I remember trying to get through this in the Mercedes. That was fun. I can't remember why we didn't go this way. And one year, there was like snow in the way. There's like a gigantic snowbank there. I can't remember. Anyways, really glad that even though this is not really an off-roader, quote unquote, that at least I can, you know, drive around and through most of these things. I also can't believe that my spouse let me drive our, you know, daily driver Mazda through all this stuff. And yeah, it was really no big deal. So last year coming through here, or maybe that's 2 years ago, this was just so very wet. And this is way easier now. Ooh, decisions. I'm going to do this one. Pop four-wheel drive low. Oh yeah, look at that. This thing, seriously, in four-wheel drive low, it just crawls so well. Easy. It's like this grade is, I don't know, there's just a couple obstacles that I just don't want to hit, but put it in first. And I don't even have to press my brakes. It just crawls. And it just crawls really well. And then, there we go. Second gear. And then the cool thing is, because this is a low range, instead of shifting up into third gear, because I want to get some speed, I'll go back into high. And it's like having another gear. Yeah, so Cache Mountains up there has kind of defeated us before. So this way, we've done this way before, we know it's nice. We're gonna head down that way. We've actually done that way before. There was a Gambler that looked like a Jurassic Park Jeep.
It was a Jurassic Park.
that you saved him, right?
It was a Ford
Explorer.
Yeah. With the Jurassic Park scheme on it.
Yeah, there's no shade out here whatsoever. So we're gonna give this a second to chill, and then we're gonna keep going.
I'm trying to learn my kids' lingo. It's stupid.
Is that bussin', my dude?
That's bussin'. That is bussin'.
Nothing else?
No, not really, no.
That's mid.
Yeah, that's big. That's bussin'.
Yeah, so I'm glad I have skid plates on the bottom of at least, the important pits at the top, because I just went over a huge rock. And then Jaime put some awesome rock sliders on the side that look really cool. They also hide some rust, which hopefully will get fixed at some point. Who knows? At least the stopping the rust should happen this season. We're kind of making a beeline for Sisters so we can get some freeze-dried lunch, but at least it's going to be in the shade, so we're just going to go to the city park there. And then we're going to decide what to do from there because, Jamie's rig keeps overheating and I think we're all kind of tired. And so we might just kind of chill. I might head home. I do miss my kids a lot. Or we might just keep going. Who knows? Jaime, where are we going now?
I don't know where you drive to.
Just kidding. I know where we're going. We're heading up to Three Creeks Lake and then heading back more of the 2020 route that we did. And our goal is maybe to camp over near like Todd Lake. I'm a little concerned about how many bugs are going to be up there because last time it was nuts. So get some bug spray and then it's probably where we're going to be ending the night. So no, we're not going to Gambler Town. Wanted to just have a little bit more chill.
Gambler Town's for Yuppies.
You heard it here. Bad swaps. Jamie Williams.
Hipsters and people that like to go to raves and
Apparently ravers. Anyways, so hope everyone who went to Gambler Town had a great time. I know I just said Three Creeks, but we decided to go to Camp Sherman instead. And part of that is bugs. Completely uneducated guess, but last year when we were up at Camp Sherman area, it was just perfect. It was lovely, and it's also way closer for where they want to go, so they're probably going to go do their own way on the way back. And also for me, it's my kid's birthday tomorrow, so I want to get there as early as I can. So we're heading back towards the Camp Sherman area. Yeah, so we're literally at the same spot that we were last time, and we're gonna set Jesse up right here. Yeah, it's way nicer weather this time. Even Jamie is reminiscing because he slept up there last year. Jamie, how's the Subaru?
broken.
Yeah, I guess Daniel was right here. I was up there, but this is just so perfect. It's away from everybody, even though I'm Mr. Social. This is just wonderful. So this is probably the shortest Gambler that I've ever done because the last couple of years we've gone out to the Steens Mountains.
Little spot, ain't it?
It's not a bad view.
No.
The Alfred Desert. Some pretty significant trips. And so this one is pretty short because I'm heading home tomorrow for my kid's birthday, which is a really good excuse. Oh, that is early. Well, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. It's my kid's birthday today, so I am up bright and early, and it is just, it's so beautiful in this little ridge road right here, especially over there. It's Mount Jefferson. I normally try not to, gamble or really off-road, independently whatsoever, but this is just a short jaunt to get onto the highway, and then I'll just be home in hopefully about 2.5 hours. That's the goal. Yeah, this is a little bit brighter. Yeah. And yes, my car is very dusty. This is so pretty. I'll be home before the kids wake up. So I'm sad I didn't make it over to Gambler Town, and based on social media from what I saw, people had a great time. I think that I want to go there, actually, after seeing it this year. I think that the organization it is a party. But when I went to Gambler Town, back in like 2018, 2019, I mean, it was a party. Like, you're not sleeping, you're not doing anything. And now that there's a way to go to Gambler Town where you don't necessarily have to spend the night, and you could just have fun and you can enjoy all of it, and then maybe go camp somewhere else. I think that next year, I think that's going to be my goal, to actually go to Gambler Town. The cool thing is that the Gambler is you can gamble kind of how you want to. It's so open. If you go and pick up trash and go enjoy the outdoors, you're doing it. And with that being said, our journey didn't take us to Gambler Town, but I think next year, I think I'd really like to. Jamie and I were talking about this last night, that last time we went to Gambler Town, he's like, yeah, I mean, it was kind of scary, some of the shenanigans that were going on, which is, part of the Gambler as well, is having a lot of fun getting together with a bunch of like-minded humans. But I don't know, last night we, had a couple of beers and talked until it got dark and went to sleep. That was honestly ideal. Maybe I'm aging myself a little bit, but that was honestly just the best. So if you are in Oregon, I recommend, come do the Gambler 500. There are lots of them around the world, quite frankly, where you get together and you drive out into the wilderness together in usually a sketchy car. It doesn't have to be a $500 car. If you look at the official rules on the website, it's pretty funny. Don't be a jerk to people. Have fun. Help people out. Go pick up trash. And a lot of this is public land, so make sure that you are being good stewards of the public land wherever you are. And then use an app like Onyx to make sure that there's very, very clear access to whose land that you're on. So there's, like here in Oregon, we have things like there's state forests, there's national forests, there's BLM land, and Onyx makes it really clear to see where you're at, and that's helpful for like camping, understanding camping regulations. But you also want to respect private property owners. So even though this car has pretty skinny and knobby tires that, as we found out, definitely need to be rotated, it actually does really well on roads like this that just are a lot of fun. It's really wonderful driving, and otherwise I don't really think that there's anything else that needs to be changed about it. Jamie and I were talking about yesterday about if I would ever get a better transmission for this car, because the one that's in here, it's old, it's very old, and who knows how many miles are on it. It's slow to shift, but I have the dual range 4-wheel drive. It is possible to get an EJ transmission. So the original engine was an EA engine. It has an EA transmission adapted to the new EJ engine that's in it. You can find EJ dual range transmissions every once in a while. That does happen. But when you do that, you have to redo a lot of things. So right now I'm running, the 13-inch wheels and all the hubs that originally came with the car, and a lot of that stuff should get changed when you change to an EJ transmission. It's because it's all going to be sized differently, and if you're doing all of that work, it's probably best to use the EJ stuff anyways. So for example, you can't get EA rear CV axles anymore. You just can't do it. You have to harvest them from a car, and if these ever split a boot, you have to stop really quickly and rebuild the boot, because the axle's usually fine. You can just get a different boot on there, and Subarus will split CV axle boots regularly. The ones in the back thankfully are fine. The ones in the front split. Gosh, in my 10 year of owning this car, I've probably done maybe 10 CV axles. All right, this is where we hopped out. That was yesterday. It seemed like so long ago. I want to retire this car, and I want to have probably my sketchy $50 Honda Pilot as like a family adventure vehicle, and a lot of that is simply because it's bigger. It's hard for me to get my spouse and my kids in this car and go do anything. It's very cramped. It's a small car. So the Honda Pilot, even though it's not an SUV, it's an SUV, it's a family SUV, but I want to have a car that I can go out and go do most things. Like everything that we did yesterday would be totally fine in that car. And at the same time, if I scratched it up or whatever, it's no big deal. And it has a 4-wheel drive system. Those early ones actually had like a viscous coupler, and you could like lock it in and stuff like that. It's got ground clearance, and I wouldn't feel badly about getting the paint scratch. That's really realistically why that car would be awesome. So, of course, I will keep this car just for pleasure cruising and things like rallycross the next time I'm able to go do rallycross in it. But I want to retire it because this is my first car. I care about it, and I don't want to beat things up. And there's also, as of right now, for example, there's some parts that I just can't get that I don't want to break. So I really think that the next step for me is to do a little bit of rust repair on the lower quarter panels. And I want to probably paint the white part of the car in enamel. So probably a professional have that. I'll do the prep with Jamie. There's a Van Dyke Printing in Albany remade the side graphics, so I can pull those off. And there's just a lot of damage from off-roading and just 320,000 miles worth of driving this car. I want to make it nice. And then Jamie put those awesome rock sliders on the side of it. And so yeah, if I did want to go do something like the Gambler again, it's no big deal. But I want to make it nice. I want to make it nice again and relegate it for things like driving car shows. I'll probably look into putting air conditioning in it as well, just because I want to be able to go with my kids to things like car shows and such. Because it's not going to be the off-roader vehicle. You want less things on your car because you want less things to be able to fail. I'll probably do that as well, and I mean I'll still drive the car as much as I can. But for adventures like this, it's probably going to be retired. was quite the journey, and I just made it home. The car's a little on the messy side. And the only issue that I actually had was that my Rotopacks leaked a little bit of fuel. So ate a little bit of my Rhino line paint away, but in the grand scheme of things, that's really not that big of a deal. Everything else just went so great. So I hope that you enjoyed watching our video, of course, and then I hope that you get involved with the Gambler, or at least go and enjoy your public lands and go pick up some trash. If you see some out there, go pick it up. I'm really grateful that we have the Gambler 500 as a place where it's an intentional, huge trash cleanup. I think it's actually the world record for the largest trash cleanup in the world. And hope that you get a chance to go do something like that, to be a good steward of our environment. If you're in Oregon, check out the Gambler 500. You're always welcome to send us messages. thebadideasgarage@gmail.com, thebadideasgarage.com is our website. If you want to get involved, there are several gamblers, smaller gamblers that happen throughout the year as well. They're a lot more organic, and they're not huge like this one is. And it's a great chance to meet other folks that are really dedicated, again, to taking care of the environment and just having a lot of fun out in the outdoors. So like and subscribe, and we'll see you in one of our future videos. At this point, we're probably going to be still rolling out some more stuff with the Honda Pilot. I am probably going to be redoing the heads on the Honda Pilot, so we'll see how that goes. I'm still teetering between that and putting a new engine in it, and because I have young kids, that's probably not going to happen until 2025, but that's the dad life, right? Right. Catch you in another one of our videos soon. See ya.